Good morning, friends. I am Sushant Deshpande. Welcome all of you to YouTube channel of Ashok Vidyalaya and Junior College. This is our third session, and today we are going to see or cover the third part of our session, which is different modes of payments. We have already seen what is e-commerce. We have seen the difference between traditional trade cycle and e-commerce. We have seen different types of e-commerce, like which depends on the criteria, like who is buying and who is selling. On that basis, there are four types of e-commerce types we have seen. One is B2C, second is B2B, third is C2C, and fourth is C2B, right? Now, in the trade cycle, we have also seen that the settlement phase is very, very important. Settlement phase comes with invoice and payment. And today we are going to cover different modes of payments in the settlement phase. As you are aware now, or you must be now very much clear about the e-commerce and the difference between traditional trading and the e-commerce. Here the payment becomes a very, very important aspect, which is a settlement. We have also already discussed the cycle, how you order or how you book the pizza. What you will do, you will go to the website of Domino's, you will go to the website of say Pizza Hut, then you will, that is an online store, then you will go with the products, offers, discounts, you confirm the order, then you make the payment. Now, how you are going to make the payment? There are different ways from the traditional cycles, traditional trading, where you can only, there was a possibility that you can only do the payment by cash. But now, due to the electronic media which comes into the picture, there is a lot of options available of doing your payment, which you are already using it. We have to only summarize it by which you can do the payment in e-commerce, right? So let's move ahead. So if you see, there is a huge range of different facilities available with which you can do the payments, which is called as mode of payments. So what are different mode of payments? That is, what are the different ways with which you can go and you can do the payment on e-commerce, on website. That is, first is the banking cards. Second is the USSD. Third is AEPS, that is Aadhaar enabled card. Fourth is UPI. Fourth is mobile wallet. Then banks prepaid cards, the point of sale, that is POS machine. Internet banking, mobile banking, micro ATMs. These are the different ways, different devices and methodologies used to make the payment online, and they are called as mode of payments in e-commerce. So let's see one by one. When you say the bank cards, there are two types of cards with which you can make the payment or you can swipe that card. One is credit card and second is debit card. Obviously, friends, what is the difference between credit card and debit card? It's very simple. Credit card is the limit which is offered to you as a loan. So even if there is no balance in your account, it will be treated as a loan and you can do the purchase. And debit card is, you can do the purchase, you can buy the things, and you can use that particular card only if you have a balance in your account. Each card is connected with a particular bank. If I have a account in my State Bank of India, then I will have a State Bank of India debit or credit card. If I have, say, Bank of Canada, I have an account in Bank of Canada, then that particular bank will issue a card to me to use and utilize for the purchasing. So if it is a credit, then credit is offered to me that you can use till 1 lakh rupees. And if it is a debit, then first of all, balance is checked, that whether is there any balance present in your account or not. And if the balance is there, the money is there in your account, then only you can use it. What is the difference? The difference is when you go and purchase with credit card, the interest will be applicable because ultimately it is nothing but a loan. You don't have a money. The bank has given you to utilize the given the you the money in the form of credit card, and you are purchasing it even if you don't have a money. So obviously how bank will get the earning? Bank will charge huge with 24% per month, and you will purchase it. But when we say a debit, when we use a debit, the balance is already in your account. The money is already with you. You owns the money. You own the money. So in that case, there will be no question of giving interest to the bank. So this is the way with which we can use the card for it is credit card and debit card for the mode of payments on e-commerce. So guys, friends, be careful about using credit card because you can purchase it easily, but 24% per month, 36% per month, that is for 100 rupees, you are going to give 36 rupees more as an interest to the bank. So while using credit card or debit card, let's think twice that which card you have to use. Obviously, there is an option. There is an option that bank is giving you a facility that if you repay this particular amount, which you have already used for purchase within 45 days, then no charge or no interest will be applied. So if you have a practice and if you make it as an habit that I will use this credit card in such a way that within 45 days, I will repay all the amount to the bank which is used on my credit card, then it is an intelligent way with which you are going to make the mode of you are using this mode of payment on e-commerce, and you are going to save a lot because instead of debit card, instead of going your money, you are saving your money. Your cash flow is limited now. You will have the cash there which you can invest in something else and you can earn the money, right guys? Okay, the second mode of payment is a mobile payment. So payment by mobile app. Nowadays, there are different gateways. There are different mobile payment service providers with which you can do the payment. The simplest and very easy example nowadays, you must be aware, is of Paytm. We always ask, Paytm hai kya? Correct? Paytm hai kya? So I can transfer it immediately. So this is the instrument is a mobile payment. Instrument is a mobile. So from a mobile or scanning a QR code, you can transfer the money from your account to the that is Paytm's account to the business account. Okay, so this is the way with which you can transfer the money, Paytm. But when we say a Paytm, nowadays they have started with linking directly with your bank account. But previously, it was the case that from your bank account, you have to keep some money into the Paytm or say Google Pay. So this is a third entity, third entity. So what you have to do for future, you have to make some money and you have to transfer it into the Paytm so that for future you can use that money for the purchase. It was not directly connected up till now, Paytm, but now they have with the rules and regulation, now they have been asked to connect that particular service of Paytm to the bank account directly. So here with credit cards and debit cards, the actual accounts are connected and the transaction is done from the account. So for that particular transaction, the bank will be responsible. But in terms of Paytm or in terms of Google Pay, it's a third entity. And therefore, some amount you have to transfer from your bank account. You have to keep it in their account for the usage, for the future usage, and you can transfer it to the merchant while doing the purchase. But nowadays, they are also taking care of all the securities. They are also taking care of all the precautions so that frauds will not happen and your money will be safe. So this particular mode of payment also is now becoming famous for the purchase or for buying of the goods or services. Third type is again similar to the bank card, where the cards are actually connected with the bank. The third is the bank transfer, which is NEFT RTGS. Generally, this NEFT RTGS service is not used for purchasing of goods. They are used for transferring of money. Suppose your friend has called you in the morning and saying that, hey, I want 50,000 rupees immediately. It's very urgency. My dad is admitted in the hospital. Can you please arrange this 50,000 rupees to me? Now you are at Pune. Your friend is at Mumbai. How you will transfer it, and how your friend will immediately get the money? Yes, there is an option, and that option is NEFT RTGS. NEFT is, you can make that 50,000 rupees immediately by going with your internet banking. You can open the website of your bank. You can select the transfer mode as the NEFT, and you can immediately transfer that 50,000 rupees from your account to your friend's account. It may not, it is also the thing that your friend may not have the account in your same bank. You may have account in State Bank of India, your friend may have bank account in, say, Canara Bank. And now how these two banks are different, accounts are different, still the money from your account of State Bank of India will be transferred within half an hour, and your friend will get the 50,000 rupees at Bombay, and he can give it to a hospital. He can make it to a payment of the hospital, and the emergency can be achieved. Emergency can be used. You will be helpful to your friend. This is the way with which the NEFT RTGS will be done. What is the difference between NEFT and RTGS? It's a real-time gross settlement. So in that, when we say RTGS, real-time gross settlement, in this case, the amount is large, and it will be about 2 lakh rupees. If you want to transfer, then you can use RTGS. Up to 2 lakh rupees, you can go with the NEFT. And a RTGS settlement, that is transferring of the money from one account to another account, will be done after batch processing, that is after 2 hours, every 2 hours in a day. But with NEFT, it will done immediately with, say, half an hour, after every half an hour. Now, the most important mode of payment nowadays is the IMPS. It's your bank is on your fingertips. It means that every bank has developed the mobile banking app, and that mobile banking app is available on your mobile, registered mobile. What you have to do is you have to register your mobile number, and your app will see that your app is installed on your mobile. Once it is done, you have to register your mobile number. You will get from bank, once it is registered, you will get from bank one login ID and password. That login ID and password is a login ID. The banks have used different types of security features. Like, once you do a login, there may be a possibility that that login will be also done by someone else, if suppose you hand over the mobile to someone else. So there is another layer of username and password, or you can say password, which is called as TPIN. That is a transaction pin. So whenever you do a transaction, after a login, you have to enter the transaction pin which you have set, which is known to you only. And every time when you do a transaction, you have to required to put that TPIN, that is transaction pin. After this, once you do the transaction, you will get a one-time OTP. That OTP will come, or you will receive that OTP only on your registered mobile number. Why? Because that is authentication. It means that whatever the OTP which has been sent by the bank for a particular transaction, you confirm it that yes, I am aware of this transaction. I am only the authorized person and I am doing this transaction. When you enter the OTP, you are giving confirmation to the bank that yes, the transaction which has been initiated on this mobile is by me only. There is no fraud. And therefore, once you enter that OTP, there will be three-layer security. One is login password, second is TPIN, that is transaction PIN, third is OTP. Once that is all these three gets matched, then only the transaction is done, because this is an very instant transaction. Immediately, within a second, your account will be debited and the beneficiary's account will be credited. This is where the mobile banking or IMPS becomes very effective or very beneficial with the mode of payments in e-commerce. Next mode of payment is a very interesting mode of payment. Nowadays, everyone is using is e-wallet. E-wallet is a type of electronic card, one type of electronic card. It is used to make electronic transaction through computer or smartphone. Similar to a mobile banking, you do a transaction through a smartphone. For e-wallet also, you use the transaction and do the transaction using computer and smartphone. It is a type of prepaid account. What do you mean by the prepaid account? The prepaid account means some money which is in your bank account needs to be transferred and stored in the particular account which is called as prepaid account. For example, you have 1 lakh rupees balance in your bank account. Now you want to use say 5,000 rupees while going to Bombay. You are going to Bombay. Do you want 1 lakh rupees? No. Do you want to take a risk of carrying 5,000 rupees? No. Then what you will do is you will transfer 5,000 rupees. You will transfer 5,000 rupees from your bank account and you will keep it into this e-wallet, so that the e-wallet is charged with rupees 5,000 rupees. Then you will go and you will travel to Mumbai, and anywhere where you want to transfer the money, you will transfer the money from your e-wallet to a merchant or to a service provider for which you are taking it. And for every transaction, there will be a password. It is protected by a password. So this is the way, for example, Paytm wallet, then State Bank Buddy. These are the examples of e-wallet transaction. So these are the different ways with which, due to the electronic media coming into the picture, now the transfer of money becomes very easy, and there are different modes available now by which you can do the transaction. Clear? So this is all about now. Just go and briefly we will recap. When we say the bank transaction, the customer is most common way for customer to pay online. Credit card, debit card. What is the security here? You have to enter your card number, you have to enter your expiry date of the card, you have to enter your name printed on the card, and you have to enter the CVV number. So unless you have the physical card with you which authenticates that the transaction which you are doing online, you are aware of it and you are authenticated person, and this will be done without any cash. No cash is required, no physical cash is required. It's a electronic form. One debit goes to your account, credit goes to another account. This is a transfer of money, and which is very easy. Therefore money gets transferred, actual cash doesn't move. Money gets transferred, the account gets transferred, that is debited and credited. One account is debited, another account is credited. So this is very easy for the customer. For merchant, what is the benefit? The merchant can reach out to an international market with credit cards. There are now cards which are available which can be used in the international market also. So if suppose the merchant is having some particular product and that product is launched by a website, and the customer is from America, the customer is from US or Australia, then in that currency also the order can be booked and immediately payment will be received to the merchant by transferring the particular rate of today's rate of currency from dollar to rupees. This is with This is very great advantage, as we have seen that the e-commerce has made the reach more. At the same time, different mode of payments have also made it easier, so that the payment will be received easily to the merchant. Okay, guys, should we move ahead? Okay, great. I think you are finding it interesting, right? Okay. Moving ahead, mobile payments. It's a very quick solution for customer to purchase online e-commerce website. So you go to e-commerce website, you go to the e-commerce one. For the mobile payment, there will be Paytms, there is a facilities, different facilities available like PayPal, Google Pay, UPI, Bheem, Paytm. These are all the services available by different vendors, and it's quick, so that it's commonly used for on donation portal, then browser games, then social media networks. Suppose I want to take an account in, say, Facebook. Whatever the charges we want to pay, I can immediately pay with this Paytm. I can immediately pay with Bheem, with the mobile payments, or UPI or Google Pay, where customer can pay by scanning a barcode. Also, it is possible you can have a barcode or a QR code. You can scan it and immediately the money gets transferred. Nowadays, due to this corona situation, nowadays the facility has been extended by these users that you can transfer 50 rupees also. So if I go to Kirana Mall and if I take, suppose, half, say, 100 gram of, say, chocolate, and if I want to transfer, immediately I will ask, Google Pay hai kya? Do you have a Google Pay? He will show, yes, there is a QR code. So what you will do, you will take the mobile, you will scan the code, finished. Your payment has been transferred from your account to the merchant's account. Right? Very good. Moving ahead. Now, if you see nowadays, if you see Kaun Banega Crorepati, Kaun Banega Crorepati, you must be aware that all the money, there is no check now. Amitabh Bachchan will sign it only for giving a sign to the participant. But actual money gets transferred from IDFC or IDFS or that particular sponsor bank, and it goes electronically. What, how he shows, yes, gaya aapke account mein. So immediately the account has been debited and credited. That will be done with the next type of mobile payment mode, that is a bank transfer with mobile banking, which is called as IMPS. Okay, where intermediate mobile payment system. So your account is attached to with the mobile, and the payment is also done on a mobile application. This is the way with which the IMPS works. For NEFT, you have to go to the website, you have to select the NEFT, so that within half an hour, the funds are transferred from your account to the another account. E-wallet, we have already discussed, it is one type of prepaid account. You have to put some money in that account, and for future, you can use it. So this will also save your risk, or this will say that, okay, I don't want all the money, I want some of the money. You can also go gift it as a prepaid card to your friends, to your suppose of brothers or sisters for your birthday and all, so they can go and they can purchase whatever they want. This is the use of e-wallet. Right, guys? I hope that you have now cleared all different types or different mode of payments which are used in e-commerce. Right? Okay. So this is all about today's session, where we have covered with different types and different modes of payments when we do the e-commerce. So thank you everyone for joining. Now our next session is the fourth session, where we are going to see different forms of e-commerce. Thanks for joining. Thank you.